have a theory that men want to kill women.
I hear it.
So my theory is that men will trouble.
I mean, come on, let's go.
That's how we started.
We started deep.
So I have a theory that men want to kill women. Like men do this thing of like grafting you. You know when they're pretending the acting phase, they're grafting you, sell you all the stories. You'll fall deeply in love for them.
Yeah.
It might not be love, but you will fall for them. Yeah. And then when the breakup is messy, these days it usually is, unfortunately, for a lot. And then when you start moving mad or you're cold or it's like you don't want to welcome like other relationships, it's like they want you to just die after that.
Yeah.
And then eventually when you're dead, metaphorically, when you're dead, they'll even look at you and be like, but why did she die though? Like, what was her problem? Bruh, you are the problem.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like that's like a real thing. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest because
get it off.
I was thinking about that and I was just like, it's true.
Yeah.
So with Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey, guys, very random. We were talking about Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey before we started rolling. But yeah, I feel like that's what Nick Cannon, you see Nick Cannon, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's generous. All the nice attributes that you can possibly think of. I feel like that anyway, because he's given a lot of people like really great opportunities and stuff. And he shows up for all of the baby showers. And he shows up for all of the...
The bar is low. The bar is low.
Like, you know, what's the thing that the maternity shoots? He shows up for the maternity shoots.
Yeah.
But that's what these guys do. They show up for the maternity shoots and then they're scandal in the streets. Anyway, hey guys.
Quick segue.
Hey guys, it's your favourite homegirl, Nikki. How nice it is to see you again. And this is SoNicky Podcast. I hope you're good. I hope you're feeling loved. I hope you're feeling blessed. Guys, I'm going to be telling you what to do again, and I'm going to keep saying it until I see a change. Subscribe to my channel, the SoNicky channel. SoNicky, SoNicky. Follow me on Instagram at SoNicky Podcast, and the show's TikTok page is now called The SoNicky Show. Okay? I won't give too much. I usually give a mouthful. But guys, I just want to go straight into my guest. Here's the thing, I wanted to holler at this girl for a long, long time, right? But then I was like, will she come? Will she not? But at the end of the day, you want something... Listen, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Facts.
You have to shoot your shot. If you haven't seen her on TikTok, then you need to refresh your TikTok account because it's not working as far as I'm concerned, okay? Guys, please welcome podcaster, viral sensation. I have to call you a viral sensation because you are.
For real?
Yeah, you are a viral sensation. That's how I came across you.
Oh, FYP?
Yeah, you are a viral sensation. The numbers don't lie.
You know what? Yeah, okay, I'm taking that.
The numbers don't lie, guys. I have the lady that is, and she looks amazing today. I just need to add that in there, okay? Miss Yezzi, Yezzir. I had to give the Yezzir. Did I add a little emphasis? Was that okay?
Everything.
I can't lie. I did practice that in the car. Earlier on.
And it shows.
I did practice.
I like
I'm not even joking. I proper practice.
They were so sweet. I love it.
And
Thank
she
you.
also is the host of Hey Sis podcast. Let's not forget that. How are you?
Listen, I'm feeling fabulous. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling blessed. I was so excited because I'm like talking to another sis. I love these conversations. So,
I love it. I absolutely love it because one thing I like about you, I don't think like on TikTok, I don't always comment on a lot of videos with like words. Everything is funny on TikTok to me. Yeah. So I'm always like, you know, the automated emojis that you just press.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. But then I love your POV videos because they be sending me. I'm just like, why are you talking to me? Sometimes when you're like your POV videos, I'm like, stop shouting at me. Can you stop? It's like you were there in the room when I had like particular conversations. So I'm just like, can you just not do that? Like, leave me alone.
Yo, that is so funny, you know, because when I first started them, I was being dead serious. But I don't know what it is. Like, some of my friends and my sister would tell me, your delivery's funny though. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious.
I know, because it's serious topics, but I can laugh. But I was just like, oh, but chill day.
I mean, dead serious. And it's like, for me, it just started out being like a diary entry. And then I was like, okay, I might as well just keep going. So,
but I feel like that's how content is supposed to be, especially when you're comfortable with it. That's how it's supposed to come across anyway. Yeah. So I think it like you do a great job of that.
Thank you.
But just before we continue, we always start the episode with a toast, okay?
Oh, I like this, okay.
So this toast, it goes like this. So to love,
To love.
to life,
To life.
and to everything that is SoNicky.
To everything that is SoNicky.
Cheers.
Yes. Toast. I
And
like this.
today's SoNicky Special. So the SoNicky Special is whatever we're drinking, okay?
Okay.
So maybe whoever's listening, this could be a drink idea for your weekend. I don't know, whatever. Right, so today is rum, and we've got 2 different mixers. So I have ginger beer, and Yezzir has apple juice.
Yeah.
So
with a little something in it.
with the rum.
Yeah, I want to let them know that.
Yeah, with the rum.
With the rum.
And guys, I haven't eaten. So
Oh.
this episode, anyway, we don't have that long today because I did say no more 2-hour episodes, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
Fairs.
ridiculous.
Mine's 30 minutes,
Yeah.
to be fair.
And I love that.
Yeah, just...
Like when I clocked on how quick, I'm like, wait, because do you know what? There's a few other shows, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I see they're like 35, 40 minutes, I'm like, oh. But then you see when podcasts started becoming a thing, the ones that I've listened to them for years, and they have like hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on their guests and stuff. So I'm used to that. So I'm used to having like the other voices in the room, whether I'm working or I'm even tidying. But then I like this new structure because there's another show that I listen to called Help, I Sexted My Boss. I know. Oh. I don't think my audience would know that show, but then it's something I came across on TikTok and I love that. They're so funny, but it depends what type of humor that you're into. So is these 2 guys, one of them is an etiquette expert.
I know who you're talking about.
William and Jordan. And the other guy he presents Capital Breakfast.
Yeah.
35 minutes, I can laugh endlessly.
That's what you need.
Like from the beginning to end, I can laugh endlessly. But yeah, that's the art of podcasting. So if I can just ask you, why podcasting for you?
Why podcasting? For me, at the time, it made sense. So if we get to the beginning of the assembly line, it's music. So music, rapping for me, songwriting. And then it got to a point where I just felt like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing next. And I did a lot of prayer, fasting, and God spoke to me and was like, I've given you other talents, but you don't want to use them. You keep deciding where you want to go. It doesn't work like that. And I remember I was driving in the car at the time and it was so strong and I was like, okay, cool. And that's where the opportunity with Westside came about.
I was at Westside.
Yes, girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, shout to Sunny.
Big up, Son. Listen, Sunny gave me opportunities, guys. Yeah, big up, Sunny.
So you know Westside.
Yeah.
So then Westside, I was on there for like almost 3 years. You know, I did the weekday vibe. And
you did? Wait, when were you there?
Oof, the years.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago I left.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, because I left just a little, okay, if it's 2 years ago, yeah. Because for me,
when Callum started managing. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so
girl. All right.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, girl. I heard about that.
So it's not just me. Anyway, sorry, let's keep it professional.
See, I'm joking. You see, God don't like uglies.
you know, and you identify ugly so quick as well.
Okay,
so you know. Okay,
yeah, we know.
Okay, cool. So West
there'll be a part 2 another day, guys.
Honestly. So that was a great experience. I got to learn how to speak differently because when we're talking about music and delivery for that one, and then we're talking on radio, which you can do a short little segment where you're just talking for about 30 seconds or 1 minute. And then I had to do like an evening show where it's 15-minute, 10-minute blocks of conversation. I was like, damn. And then I did ads and voiceover work.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience talking wise.
Okay.
And then at the same time, that's when Hey Sis came about.
Lovely.
Because I wanted to be very purposeful in my own individual brand. I spent a lot of time like writing for other people and putting other people on stages and stuff like that. Shout out to Connect House. And I wanted to just focus on me, but in a more relaxed, enjoyable way. Podcasting came about. Yeah. And the funniest thing is I wanted to do podcasting for years and I kept trying to do it with people.
Girl.
And people slow you down.
Girl.
Oh my Lord. And I kept thinking I need people to do something.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes I'll do it with people. Sometimes I have a co-host. Sometimes I do it by myself. But I had to learn to be okay with doing things by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm moving the way I want to move.
Hearing you say this is, when I say it's so mad to me, when I say we've had literally the same journey.
Yeah.
And even starting off at the same radio station is crazy. Because I was there 2018 to maybe like early 21.
Okay, yeah.
Early 21.
I came just after COVID when it was opening back up,
Yeah, it's because of COVID where that's why I weren't there because, and that's no shade to them, but
Yeah.
the structure was different, so they didn't need me at that time. So but so it was only like, you see the name shows, and the shows were going from like 4 hours to like a lot longer. So yeah, during COVID, yeah, it was a messy time, but we've had similar journeys. Again, needing somebody to do something, to do it with you, because here's the thing, like when I see you like on your videos, you seem so confident, like you really do handle your show alone, not just for the literal part of it, but you really can handle it alone. And even for me, people ask me, so why don't you just do it by yourself? And I'm like, oh, it won't be no fun if I do it by myself. I started recording again, I don't know, this is maybe like the 10th episode in. This episode would be, since I started doing it consistently, like by myself. I feel like I'm doing just fine. And also even learning about radio, talking differently as well for radio, the longer segments, and even what you said about working behind the scenes. I've done so much work behind the scenes that I may or may not get recognized for. I'll say may not, because that's the thing about working behind the scenes. Not everyone sees you, and that's okay, as long as you're happy with what you're doing. So it's so crazy to hear you say all of that, and I'm just like, oh my God, wow. Okay, all right. So Hey Sis podcast, you're in now, you're moving with it. How are you finding the reception of it?
I love it. So for me, I just want to, and it's obviously not to be picky, but I just want to emphasize, because Hey Sis UK, for me growing up, you're watching American TV shows, your Fresh Prince, your That's So Ravens, your Sisters. And the African-American experience is beautiful. But I love my Black British experience too. And it's only recently that people's only reference to the Black British story is Top Boy. I love Top Boy. I like it. But I do feel like when we have podcasts, we have to be very purposeful with, we are Black British. This is a Black British experience. Come on over. You're welcomed. So Hey Sis UK, the reception is great. I say great because all engagement to me is fantastic. I don't care if you love the show, you hate the show. I've had people continuously hate, like I'm starting to remember handles, but you follow. You're welcome.
You know, if I start right now, that's it. The show's finished. We're just gonna be ranting, and at one point we'll probably just walk off the set. Honestly, I hear you, because it's like, it's, you know, putting yourself in front of a camera. People don't understand how, like, you really have to grow your balls before you come. Like, there's been times where I'm like, I don't want to go studio. Because I feel like I've been put down, but I know I want to go. Does that make sense? Like, so, okay, my sis right here went viral the other day. Even though it will be a couple of weeks before this comes out, but so you had a clip on your show that went viral, and we're going to talk about the clip in a little bit, but then with you saying that about the engagement and stuff like that, one thing I don't like, and it's a huge pet peeve, it's an ick, is all the above for me, is when I see people I know that claim that they support me, dissing people that do the same thing that I do. I saw somebody that I know in the comments, right? And I was just like, look at you. If it wasn't for the same person, when your clip that went viral on the Shade Borough the other day, well, like yesterday, whatever day it was, I saw him in the comments, let's wrap up these mics now. Is it really that serious to do that? Is it that serious? So for me, like, you see when you're talking about engagement, like whether it's good or bad, I 100% hear it. But then it just gives me the ick when I see people doing it at the same time. It's just, I don't know, like, do you ever feel the need to clap back?
You know what? Okay, so the ick for me is cringy, because I know when people just want to get likes. Like, oh, you want to be the person that gets 100 likes on this post, boo-hoo, because this is the highlight of your day. Wow.
Not the highlight of your day.
No, it really is, because we've heard the whole wrap up the mics. They need licenses for the mics.
They're too cheap. They're not cheapo.
You know, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
It's road, okay? If you know, you know. So for
not
me,
the roadcaster.
Come on. So my thing is like, you want to get the highest likes because your phone is dead. You get no notifications. No one's liking your pics. No one's sending you DMs. So when you drop a comment on somebody else who's doing the work that you can't do, and then you get a couple likes, that's your thrill. For me,
sorry.
For me, you can keep reusing the same insults. It's engagement. It's giving me traction. I feel no type of way with the comments. I feel no type of way. I've had to check people I know.
Oh.
Yes. I feel no type of way.
Okay.
The long and short of it is, someone that I know by association, but I know them enough. Like, as in, you've been to my parents' yard. So there should be a level of respect.
No. You come to my parents' house. I know you.
I know you.
Yeah.
I know you very well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So My thing is that I see, if you want to DM me within reason, I've told people to stop DMing me anyway.
Yeah.
But if you want to say something, DM me first.
Yeah.
When I see you in the comment section, not even on a third party page, like a Shade Borough, you're on our page, the Hey Sis page.
That's crazy.
And you're joining people to try and virtually flog me. Oh yeah. I said in my story that, if I catch you in the comment section, I will check you in real life because I'm a real life babe. Try to DM me.
Facts on facts.
Facts on facts.
Facts on facts.
Try to DM me. Is this about me? I said, yes, it is about you. Now we're in the DMs as adults.
You're asking. You're asking.
Yeah. Now we're in the DMs.
Yeah.
You could have given me the courtesy to come to me first if you had a very big issue, if you were that triggered.
Yeah.
They were like, you know what, to be honest with you, sis, I was triggered by what you said, and that's fine. But come to me first.
Come to me. Why are you in my comments? But here's the thing about comment section, and this is a great segue because I have a new game. This is the second time I'm trying it out, and it's called In the Comments.
Ooh.
Okay, so but here's the thing about the comment section.
Yeah,
I get the best laughs from a comment section, but it's never like negative stuff. Like, you know, when you see a post and you're like, oh, this shit's gonna be funny, I'm gonna go in the comments. But when I see, like, I can't lie, I have blocked and unfollowed people that I know for being rude. Yeah, I don't like that because I don't leave negative comments.
Same.
But then maybe it's because I know both sides of the coin. I know what it is to be like almost flogged. Yeah. And then I know what it is like when I'm, you know, a social media user. Yeah. So guys, let's get into In the Comments. I'm going to bring up the post now.
Which post?
Okay. So what I do, so here's what we do. Oh, no. Hold on, done something wrong. You see, technology ain't on my side. So what I do is I draw up a post that I've seen, something interesting, and I'm like, the comments is going to be crazy. Okay. Or it's going to be something, I try to go something funny. Okay. A tad messy, you know, why would I? So what we do is that I'll read you the post. They're usually memes or tweets that have been posted on Instagram. I'll read you the post. You tell me what you would leave in the comments and we'll go through some of the funny ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Which one? Because there was like 3 I had and I was like, they'll be juicy for you. Okay, let me do this one first. So this is a post on a page called Mind of a Woman. And it's a meme that says, you cannot, and cannot is in capitals, guys. You cannot vent to all of your friends. Different friends serve different purposes. What would you leave in the comments?
Facts. Because I'm going to look at you before you give me advice. ...
is the best. Oh God, you need to come here again. We haven't even finished the episode, but you need to come here again.
I'm ready.
All right. Cool. So guys, let's go through the comments. So you said facts ...
Yeah, I'm gonna look at you before you give me advice.
I can't lie. I'll comment. I'll be like, yeah. You see anything that's a sound, I will actually type out the sound. You know,
shade, but not too much shade.
Shade, but not too much shade. Okay, let's see. Someone wrote capitals, yeah. I don't vent to them fake witches. No way. I don't know friends, just my Hebrew family. Okay.
I know that's right.
Okay. Oh, somebody said, I learned this the hard way.
That came to my mind, I'm not going to lie. That came to my mind.
You know, some people in the comments, I want to be like, so what happened? But I'm like, I don't know these people. Okay.
These times her friends can see it.
Oh, this is a nice one. You can vent to me. Don't know you personally, but follow you. And I don't judge. I love to listen. That's actually nice, but a little creepy, but okay.
Yeah. I love to listen.
Yeah, I love to listen out.
Pandora's box.
Somebody wrote family friends with the down thumb like this. Another person, wolves in snake clothing. I mean,
did they say snake?
Girl, she said snake. I'm not even joking.
She said a sheep.
I thought it was sheep. I don't know where you live.
But we listen and we
don't judge. I want to mention her app, but she's verified. Let me know. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Oh, I love this one. Let's end it here. And that's on Mary and her little lamb too. Word. All right. Let's do another one actually, because I did save 3 for you. Okay, so I asked this to my producer, right? Yeah. So, oh God, we don't even have... time has flown. Okay. So, honesty hour. So this is my favorite one, guys. This is from Justin LeBoy. I love his post.
Oh, yeah.
So, honesty hour. What's hard about dating you? What would you leave in the comments?
This is a about one. Me?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, for me, let me be honest now.
I get honesty hour.
Honesty hour. I get a lot of ideas in my head. So the hard thing would be how to let me down gently. Like, you can only do one at a time, one after the other, right? That's it. I'm a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what, like, do you mean like impulsive, spontaneous? Like, do you mean that type of vibe or no?
No, as in like planning 3 years in advance.
Okay, girl.
I'm a Virgo. I can't help it.
You like love.
I like love.
You love love.
I like love.
Yeah.
But I'm very like cautious as well. Like, it got to be the right love.
Every Virgo I know.
Yeah.
To the Virgo, let me not even. Do you know? I said I was gonna stop being mean to my friend. Let me not.
Yeah.
I would like. Every Virgo I know loves love.
Yeah,
like
who
they
doesn't?
like. I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, you don't.
Do you love love?
I love love a bit too much.
Oh, you a lover girl.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then I don't think love likes me back at the
Don't say
moment.
that.
So I mean, listen, it's February.
Yeah.
We're almost at the end. I'm just focusing on myself.
Then summer comes.
Right, let's read the comments, guys. So this post was honesty hour. What's hard about dating you? So somebody said it's against my religion to tell y'all my business. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Another person said overthink almost everything.
Yep, that's a bit of me. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of an overthinker as well.
Big time.
Yeah. No, I can't. I'm a lot. All right. Somebody said I'm stricter than Judge Judy.
Ooh, I like that though.
You must be mean, whoever you are.
Tolerance low.
Oh God. Right. Somebody said I don't play that shit. That is written in capitals. I don't play that shit, and people love playing that shit. These are Americans.
Yeah, she can't
sure.
be played with.
For sure. Someone said I'm a leaver.
Oh, at every little thing. Oh no.
You need to heal whoever you are. I don't want to read out everybody's acts. Maybe further down the line. My mouth when I'm mad, I've been working on myself.
Nah, I hear it though.
Yeah. Someone said overthinking, jealous, obsessive, and mood swings. Oh God, sounds like me.
I don't think you're ready to date yet then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Child.
You sound dangerous.
Yeah. I communicate too healthy. How's that hard about dating you? I wonder why.
Because on the first date, that means she's overloading. Yeah, so you have to ease into it.
Not on the third date.
On the first one, sounds like it.
God. Anyway, so hold on. Let me look at what we got for the show because I need to continue. It'll be nice for you to leave a comment. Let me start welcoming comments because I'm regrowing my platform again. I was like, let me not push for comments, but comments are welcomed. Okay. And remember, SoNicky Podcast on Instagram and the SoNicky Show on TikTok. All right. So societal pressures. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about because a lot of your POVs, which is again how I came to find you, is a lot of things that you talk about or refer to is like, especially it's just as being a woman is not like. I don't feel like you do things to like overload or say things that overload. Sometimes when you're saying things, I'm like, oh, child, I told you. Like when you're talking, it's like, how did you know this? Or stop shouting. But then do you feel like one thing that I see a lot, and I don't think, for me, I don't think it's a negative thing, right? There's a lot of specifically black women doing amazing things. I'm not mad at it. And I hope to be one day people looking at me as like, oh, you've done something so amazing or do something to build some sort of a legacy. But then you see when it comes to like black women, do you feel like there are like a lot of societal pressures that we kind of like keep on ourselves that kind of make experiences just like in sort of life, career hard? And the reason why I'm asking that, do you watch Harlem?
Yes.
So
I need to get up to speed with the new season. Okay. But I love it.
But then you know the context of Harlem. So guys, Harlem is on Amazon Prime. This is not sponsored. Nobody's sponsoring me yet. Okay.
But Amazon cut the check.
Yeah.
If you see this, don't act up.
So like Harlem is a great show. Megan Good stars in it. And it's about 4 black women, different personalities, vibrant personalities, great personalities, I should say. But then they focus on like different things that affect black women. So one of the characters, she even had like fibroids.
Yeah.
Megan Good's character is struggling between like love, career, and how to balance that. And is it Grace Byers, her real name? She was
Empire.
She was in Empire. So Grace Byers, her character's like, you know, living up to like her family name and trying to become a successful designer. and I can't remember the other character, her name, but she's like the Broadway character.
Yeah.
So you see, sometimes I feel like when black women step into these spaces and become successful, I feel like they have to carry this, they're the successful black woman that's doing that.
Yeah.
How do you think about these type of things? Do you think about these type of things, first of all?
Yeah, I mean, these things are everyday occurrence. Like, I find myself in a lot of, let's just say, white spaces. Then I found myself in my corporate life, I found myself in affluent white spaces. So that's different to your blue collar rooms and your white collar rooms. It's two different trajectories. They're asking you, what do you do? And for the summer, and I'm thinking, I like to lay on the beach. They're like, oh, you don't ski. I'm like, okay, this is different. Okay. We're not in Malaga anymore.
Ski.
You know, they're looking at you like, you don't ski. We're talking about people that, they didn't go to private schools in England. They went to private schools in France. And they all speak French.
Okay.
So I saw the difference. We're not in South London anymore. And then you get to a point in your life where you're like, okay, so not only how do I fit in all these spaces? How do I do right by myself? How do I navigate without losing myself?
Just
it's not
that.
easy, you know, because it's very easy to conform. It's comfortable.
Yes.
It's hard to even be yourself in spaces that aren't typically set up for you.
Yeah.
Even if we talk about the entertainment industry and we talk about music, okay, it's predominantly a male space. Even if you rise up in the ranks, you're going to find the white corporate again. You're going to find black men again who they're doing their own thing. So it's like, we have to be there for each other. We actually have to make things comfortable for one another. It's not going to be your white counterparts or even your black male counterparts, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what? I like the fact that you touched on music as well, because both of us, again, working in radio, and that's like a form of entertainment, and you doing music as well. I see your music videos. I saw you. And like, don't worry.
You did your research.
I did the freestyles. I saw it. Listen, no, they were good. I thought they were good.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm just like, you know when you're like in a different mode right now.
So you forget about, because it's
that.
like, it's almost like this crossover, like this new you-ish kind of.
Yeah.
I don't like that term new you, but then hey.
Yeah, it's a pivot. It's a pivot. Yeah.
That's it. So like for you in those spaces, so you see when you were doing music, did you feel like you really, again, had to represent that black woman, I can do this type of thing? Because I feel like in music, again, I've never been a musician, but being behind the scenes in music, I'm like, it's hard for our girls.
Yeah, I had to be very strict on myself. I found myself having to be a harder version of myself.
Okay.
So I wouldn't attract a certain energy. So when I'm in a studio and there's 10 man in the studio, 5 man in the studio, and we're coming up to 12, 1 a.m., I know what I'm there for, but I can't look into having a relationship. I can't even flirt jokingly because people are going to get the wrong idea. And I remember having my OGs at the time telling me, we'd go into rooms and certain like get-togethers or networking sessions and be like, oh, sis, you know that girl right there? She's for everybody. I don't want you to be like that. And what stunned me, it wasn't the warning, but it's the fact that you're talking about her like that. So already for me, that you already scaremongered me enough to be like, okay, I'm going to make sure I behave myself. Even if in my previous journey, I came across people that I liked, I couldn't even explore that option because I know in that industry, once you've done one thing with an engineer or a producer or one rapper, that's your name in the mud. Everyone starts to proposition you. And I never wanted to be that girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I feel like, please, this is really no shade. Yeah. But then you see being just a black woman in those spaces, because I was asking that to just, because when I was going back to Harlem, I was like, sometimes like when I was watching the show, because it's finished now, I've completely done season 3.
They're on the last season.
But I was just thinking, why is there always like an emphasis on like being the strong black woman? I don't think it's wrong at all. I think it's beautiful. But then it's like, now there's always this emphasis and how we're seen and how we're viewed. So I always thought, no, I need to ask somebody, because most of my guests have been predominantly men. So when I've had this on my mind, I have nobody to really ask and like to really like delve into that with. And then especially you do music as well. I was like, oh God, definitely have to ask this question, like for sure. But then do you feel like now we have to do a lot more to show that we are like almost so strong in the spaces where we stand? Even in like, you talked about corporate, you talked about being in like the music and entertainment industry. Do you feel like we have to do so much to just stand as being seen as independent?
I think we're changing, even though we say it lightheartedly. I love the fact that you've got that soft life. soft girl POVs. I love that we're starting to have the conversations of we don't need to be strong, because the truth is being a strong black woman was giving us high blood pressure, was giving us cancer, was giving us diabetes. Being a strong black woman will send you to your grave. So I find now we're actually trying to make the effort to show people we're soft. But when you spent so long being trained on how to be strong, even as a child, my dad didn't really raise us via gender. Say, I'm going to raise you like a daughter, I'm going to raise you like a son. He just raised us all the same, which was...
That's good.
It was very masculine upbringing.
Because I think it's nice to hear that. Because when you think about gender roles, the expectations of, because I don't have brothers, I just have sisters, and I grew up with like my younger sister. Like I have 2 older sisters, but then they're my paternal sisters. But then we never lived in the same household. But then I always imagined, because I hear stories from my friends who had brothers, and they will make examples as to how they were kind of like raised differently. So the reason why I commented like that's good is because I'm thinking, okay, if it was like one way, that sounds a little bit nicer than what I've been told. But then what was your experience?
And this is not to criticize my dad. My dad's a fantastic dad. But it made me very independent. But when it came to the point of dating, I now had to relearn how to take the back seat. Because I was always taught, you got to learn how to do this. Don't borrow that. Even down to podcasting, whatever business I went into, I wanted to know everything on that assembly line because of my experience of working in groups and, people kind of trying to hold our work to ransom. But that's a story for another day.
Girl.
So having my dad was great because there was nothing anybody could say to me or try and show off to me that either my dad couldn't do or already taught me how to pattern that already.
Facts.
So that was good. But when it came to dating as a woman and being feminine, I found myself having to run back to my mum and my aunties. And they're like, you need to chill out. You got to let him do this. You got to sometimes be a bit quiet so he can understand this needs to be done. So I had to relearn how to be a woman when it came to my dating age at like around 16 when I was actually going on dates. So
I think that's so nice to hear because you see, as you were talking, I was just thinking about, did my dad do the same thing? Because my dad, like, everyone that's ever listened to me on any platform I've been on, they know that I'm a daddy's girl. At my big old age, my dad is my dad. But then I'm just thinking like, the time I spent with my dad, he probably did the same thing. But then again, my dad's raised daughters, not sons. So there's never been like that visible almost comparison for me to even see, like, even if he didn't name it the same way, like his actions were different. So I didn't see that. But then I'm just thinking, maybe he might have taught me that a little bit. But I think that's a very good standpoint. And I love that you gave that example that you, listening to your mom, listening to your aunties, it gave you sort of like this huge reframe on how to continue with life and managing relationships and stuff. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
I think that's really good because, I just feel like, people are going to feel crazy. Because I'm just thinking, as I get older, being in my 30s, is just like, I'm having to like rethink a lot of things that I've heard. Nothing negative, but I'm just like, when you're growing up, you hear certain things, like how you were taught to do things. Like I work with young people away from podcasting. Like some of the young people I work with, like when I do one-to-one work with them, it's like, I want to share with them certain things and tell them certain things. But then again, first of all, they ain't my kids. And then second of all, it's like, especially working with the young girls that I work with, the black young girls, the girls of colour, I'm like, I want to say so much more to you. But again, there's a professional boundary.
100%,
there's things that I can't say, things that I can't do, even signposting that I can't signpost. But then it's like, how do I then present myself? Because people, a lot of people have said to me, doing podcasting, one thing that I've noticed is that people pull you with one hand and they'll pat you on the back with another.
Break that down for me.
So it's like, for example, like I do another show which mostly talks about sex and dating. It's almost like, oh my God, you're so amazing for like being brave, like as a black woman to talk about these things because we don't really have spaces to talk about these things openly. Bear in mind, I'm a walking contradiction basically because I do work with like families and kids and stuff, and then I will talk about sex and dating. But then
You're a woman.
Exactly. That's my thing. And the reason why I say this is sort of like, just as a woman, just in general, I'm just using that as an example. Sometimes I feel I'm pulled with one hand. It's like somebody will be pulling you like, don't do this, like deflecting on you. But then when they see you almost shine in that same space, it's like, oh yeah, well done.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's a lot of black women in their spaces.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from?
You know what? I get where you're coming from because
Yeah.
I'm married, and I'd have a lot of people say to me, "Oh, I don't know why you're talking about this when you're married." It's like, okay, but prior to being a wife, I was a girlfriend. Prior to being a girlfriend, I was single.
Hold on, you didn't come out of the room married. Did you come out of the room married? Because I didn't.
Not that I recall.
Not that I recall. Like, did you come out with a rock? I don't think. No. Okay.
No. And it's just funny because it's like people police what you talk about, and it makes them feel uncomfortable when you're talking about a truth.
Yeah.
That they might be currently in. But I can't help that because all I can do is say the truth. I made a promise to myself that I spend a lot of time being quiet. I come from a community, Nigerian, my dad's Yoruba, my mum's Igbo. I come from a community that you don't talk too much. Especially if it's about what happens in the household. Then when you go outside, you have to look perfect. And I let being perfect really weigh down on me. So starting the podcast, one of the promises that I made to myself was that I'm going to be saying the truth, even if it's uncomfortable for myself and uncomfortable for other people to hear. I've talked about marriage. I've talked about relationships and dating. I've talked about my mum, my dad. They know. I mean, there's a couple times my dad's gone viral. He doesn't even know. But, but it is what it is. But no one that knows me and loves me would ever say, could you not talk about that? Because this is my space. And if you love black women and if you love us, you should always let us be who we want to be. Whether it's soft, hard, quiet, outspoken, that's who we are.
And can I just say, you see, for what you just said, can I just say thank you? Because I think it's important for people to hear this. And then I want to move on from this conversation. You know, the black woman conversation, again, is very important. Nothing we're skipping. But then it's just like, just thank you. Because it's good to hear this. Like, it's good to hear that, listen, yeah, I'm this person. But then you see that theme about like being quiet. Because I think it's a theme within culture.
Oh, yeah.
It is a huge theme because being Ghanaian as well is almost like, oh, don't talk about this. And also I practice therapy. That's what I do for a living. So it's like we're told to not talk, but then I'm in the field of encouraging others to talk. And then when we're talking, we're being vulnerable. We're sharing potential secrets, taboos that we've gone against, you know? So for that, I just want to say thank you that you've actually shared that. Because like I said, a lot of my guests are men. A lot of my guests are men. And to hear, I think for someone that's listening, someone that's watching, I think that's important to hear. So thank you very much. And I really liked hearing that, by the way. So thank you. So to go to family, being African, because I wanted to ask you this, and I think I've asked like anyone that's been a podcaster that's come here, how does your family take you doing podcasting?
Oh, my mum loves it.
Yeah.
My mum loves it. Shout out to Mama D. My dad he listens to the full episodes. So it's so funny. My mum will lock into the clips. Sometimes you have to cuss a couple people in the comment section.
No, she don't.
Yes, she does.
No, she don't.
Mama Yezzir roots for me.
You know, do you know what? Yeah, let me warn my mum because my mum is the person. As soon as I get the first view, I know it's my mum.
Yeah.
I need to make sure nobody teaches how to go in the comments. I need to make sure. Because that's it. The show will be over.
My mum tells me what's going on before I've
Are you joking?
And I'm like, Mum, please don't read all the comments. But can you imagine her saying this? I'm like, Mum, I don't want to hear it.
Dead.
Yeah, my mum's like super confident Leo. Like nothing hits her.
I'm a Leo.
You know? And Leos and Virgos get together real well, so... Come on now. And then my dad, he's like, my dad's funny because like I'll come and visit and he'll just say a one-line or he's like, oh, I see how you've made people angry today or whatever like that. And I'm like, he'll say a line from the episode.
I'm so dead.
But it wouldn't be from a clip. So I'm like, you've watched a full episode. So my dad will be like in his home office and he'll just have like a full episode on, bless him. So,
my God, I love that because you see for me, like my story, like, you lot know I was a little bit older when I started pursuing radio and all of that, I've told the story many times. I won't get into it now. But then I hid when I was doing a radio internship from my parents. No. And at the time, I was grown. Yeah. But then now,
I hear it though.
My mum, dad, and my sister are my biggest supporters. Aww. And for me, that makes me feel like some of the anxieties that I had or the small few that I still have, they make it worthwhile. Like my mum will watch it and then she'll call me. She'll be like, so this person, so where were they from? Girl, it wasn't the episode, like, you know. And my dad will call me. My dad always asks me the same question. My dad doesn't live in the UK anymore. My dad will be like, Oh, so wait, I watched it with like the people who lives in this area. He'll put it on his phone, and then people will come and like watch it with him on his phone, and then he'll be like, "So are you trying to be like Oprah? Like, what are you trying to do?"
Oh my God, I get that as well.
And I'm like, "No, Daddy, like this is different." But
amen though.
But amen.
Because Oprah, can we cheers to the Oprah?
Can we cheers because Oprah got money?
Okay.
She got money.
Okay.
She got money. She's got that legacy. She is an absolute legend in our game. When it again, you see, we were talking about black women.
She's the blueprint.
The taboos of like talking and not talking as well. And she really did that.
Yeah, she did that.
And she really did that.
And she's American. That's why I get upset about the Black British experience, because for me, Trisha should have been that babe. Trisha.
The fuck is Trisha?
Don't mind Trisha. The last time I saw Trisha, she was on some antique show. I need to talk to whoever Trisha's agent or manager is, because I'm not happy.
First of all, I didn't know she was on some antique show. I didn't know which one.
She was a guest as well. Don't do that. Trisha
Goddard.
Yes, the Trisha.
Who did we have in the UK? We've not really had like black people in the UK do this.
It was Trisha. Trisha was that
But
girl.
then they say Zeze Mills is next up to have a talk show. Like, that's what people say, like, just on the internet. Like, Zeze Mills will be the next person up. And fair dues to her. When that happens, not if, when that happens.
When it happens, I'm into that.
Let's watch.
Yes,
and let's keep this pushing. But Trisha Goddard, people, I don't even know what camera to look into. Trisha, where you at? Do you know what? Yeah, somebody was giving a rundown. I think it was another show that I listened to. It's an American show of all like the talk shows you used to come home to like after school.
Ricky Lake,
Montel.
Yes,
I still watch Ricky Lake, by the way.
Yeah, she's
on YouTube.
that girl.
On YouTube.
Who else again? Maury.
I watch him on TikTok. Yeah. And Maury's. You are like in your... Maury, you're messy. I love you.
Messy.
But Maury, you're messy.
It's messy granddad. That's crazy.
Did you see what he posted the other day?
No.
You see that girl, the one that slept with like 100 guys or something in that...
The British girl.
And she's pregnant now.
Yeah, that's fake though.
And then Maury was like, I'm not involved. He tweeted it.
That's a long show. That's a documentary.
Okay. Do you know what? Before we go, what do you think about stuff like that? I hate it. I'm very sex positive. I'm all for people doing. But then I really, I'm just going to be so honest. I really hate it. There's being free with your body. There's being free like sexually to talk about sex. And I want people to be comfortable in those conversations. But then of course, guys, to be mindful that when people are not okay with it, you do not force them with it. That's another thing as well. Yeah. But then... I
spoke about this on Big Ego. Shout out to Bobby.
Big up Bobby.
Bobby Kasanga.
I love Bobby.
My thing is that when we see stories like that, for me, it's very telling to the times we're in, because you would think in a big 2025, women have more options. So when you see a Lily Phillips doing that, for me, it just says, wow, we must not have enough options for young women. That's all I see. Because if you had other options, it wouldn't be that.
And I flipping, I hate that again. If you're a sex worker, whatever, some people have to do what they got to do. Yeah. I don't understand that walk in life, because that's never had to have been an option for me. But I can't lie, I don't like seeing that. Yeah. And with me, like, you know, we were talking about comments before we started recording. Like, if I see something, I'm glad. Listen, I will scroll, I will mute. There's some people I've even blocked because I really don't even want to come across you by accident.
Protect
you know what I mean?
Your peace by all means.
Can you say it again?
Protect your peace by all means.
Thank you. That's going to be a clip.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. Hold on. What time is it? Because I think we have to go.
Yeah?
We do have to go.
Okay.
Somebody's coming. But listen, in such a small time, I think this has been so insightful.
No, I loved
Will you please come again?
Of course.
Because I need to have you again for a bit longer. And I'm going to have my hair done because I'm struggling. My lashes ain't done. My nails ain't done.
Don't mind her.
No.
She looks fabulous.
Do you know why? So you see when I said come next week, that's why I wanted you to come. Because I'm doing all of that on Monday.
I'm done.
I'm just like, please, I wanted you to come. And then the day that you said you could come, I'm also going away for like a quick little trip. I'll come back.
Okay.
But
quick trip.
Please. Yeah, go bye.
Quick trip. We love a quick trip with a yacht.
Oh God, I wish it was a yacht. Oh my God, you absolutely killed me. Yeah. Can you please tell the people, anybody, everybody, the SoNicky Society, as I'm trying to call them, guys.
I like it.
Guys, that has to bang SoNicky Society.
Yeah, SNS,
tell them where to find you.
Yes, camera. I'm looking this one. So it's your girl Yezzir. On TikTok, you can find me Yezzi.Yezzir. That's YEZZI.YEZZIR. On Instagram, that's where the familia is, the Hey Sis UK. So it's Hey Sis _UK. We're on YouTube, Yezzir Official. Once you go to Instagram, you'll find everything else, but it has been an absolute pleasure. And I want to say to you, sis, that thank you for having these spaces.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
no, for real.
Oh, I appreciate
and doing
that.
it well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, God, thank you.
Not, let me tell you something. It's not a half-assed operation she got here. So thank you for creating these spaces for us and doing it well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you so much, because these are the kind of conversations that I want to have more of, because I feel like it is really important. And again, for me, getting a bit older, there's so many things I'm just like thinking and rethinking.
Yeah.
You know, like we were having a conversation about, oh guys, we don't have time. But like,
you see, I was
like,
rolling.
Like there will be a part 2 to this. I promise, guys. I will make sure it happens. Okay. But yeah, we do have to go. It's me, your favorite homegirl, Nikki. Follow me on, guys, if you want to be all up in my business where I'm sharing funny memes and shit, SoNicky _ on Instagram. SoNicky Podcast also on Instagram. The SoNicky Show on TikTok. Guys, I've been featured on the Kick Out podcast, which is all things wrestling and WWE. I know, so random. I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Raw or SmackDown?
Raw, girl.
I'm SmackDown, babe.
Really?
Yeah.
God, she's come back tomorrow. She's come back tomorrow. She's come back tomorrow. So some of those clips I will feature on the SoNicky Show, so anything content-wise. But just remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If it's not a bit of you, and this may be your last time, oh, sorry, but tell a friend to tell a friend, okay? Right. All right. Guys, until next time, peace, love, and happiness to you always. See you.